We are the painters of our world. We are creators. We decide what goes.
I am excited and I am honored to welcome our next guest, Dr. Anthony Culpepper, president of Los Angeles Southwest College. Dr. Culpepper, thank you for being here. Great to have you here.
Thank you, Danny. It's good to be here with you.
As the president of a community college, I'm sure you see students who are determined to overcome the hurdles in their way every day. But I'd like to start by hearing more about your journey. So what was it like with your family growing up?
So my family came from Georgia, and then I was actually born in Los Angeles. Grew up in the neighborhood, drug violence and all the other things that come with that. So I was looking for a way out. Caught up in a lot of it. Looked out and said there was only two directions I can go. I can go to the one that leads to the jail cell, or I can go to one that leads to a better future. But that was part of my journey, to really think about how do I move beyond where I was born, the circumstances I was born in Los Angeles. Wandered upon the campus of Los Angeles Southwest College, and that began my college education.
Now, how did your parents view higher education growing up?
As I was saying before, trusting. My father used to say, you can't trust the white man's knowledge. And so there was a lot of challenges there. My mom was the one that put us in a program. It was called a busing program that actually took us out of Los Angeles, East Los Angeles, South Los Angeles, and bused us out to the Valley.
Yeah.
I went to Taft High School. A different world opened up. They were integrating those schools out in the Valley. A lot of people didn't want us out there. I think education changes decisions. And so my focus was get as many degrees as you can get, as you can handle, because any position you wanted to go into, you wanted to be better than the next person or be more qualified than the next person.
You seem to be pretty bright from jump. Did anyone ever tell you that you weren't college material?
Bright, I think I'm no smarter than the next person. But you're not going to outwork me. I'm not a genius. I didn't have, some high IQ. I was just determined. I was determined. And so, I got my books, as my mom would say, go get your studies, go get your lesson. And those things still ring in my ear. She's gone now. But those thoughts and those words still drive me. And so that's what drove me. Not because I was smart, but I was a hard worker. And so, yes, people would say it all the time. You're not good enough. You're not this. You're not that.
Yes. What can you share with our audience to convince them that they are college material? And if they put their mind to it, they can do what you did.
It's not where you come from. It's where you end up. And it's all about choice. And don't let people say that, you're not smart enough. If you think you're not smart enough, if you let them get into your mind and say you're not good enough, you're not worthy, then they'll drag you down. Stop listening to the negativity.
You're going to outwork everybody.
And that's what I tell the young people all the time. Don't let somebody, my mom, this and my dad, that. I get it. You can pass this class. You can do it. You might spend a little bit more time studying, but that's okay, right? Turn the TV off. Get off social media. Spend some time focusing, and you can get through it. And many students, they come to me and say, Dr. Culpepper, I'm glad that you talked to me because I was ready to drop out. But after talking to you and hearing some of your stories, stuff that I'm not going to tell you all, but some of your stories, it let them understand, if you can do what you did from where you came from, I can do.
So if anyone can speak to this next question, we're talking myths today.
Yes.
A lot of people say, man, a community college ain't no real college, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah. The myth of community college is this, that community colleges, the credits, the information that you get from community college is somehow different from going to a four-year institution.
Like diet college, someone called it one time.
Exactly. But you have teachers with doctorate degrees, master's degrees, who chose not to go to maybe research institutions or four-year institutions, but they decided to go to a two-year institution because they had a different calling. Doesn't mean that they're not as bright. Doesn't mean they're not as qualified. Doesn't mean they're not as adept and as knowledgeable about a particular topic or subject. They chose to go to community colleges. So it's not about the teachers. It's not about their background. They have that same expertise as any professor at a four-year institution.
Right.
And so the myth about it is that somehow, the quality of the teachers are not the same. That's a myth. They have the same degrees. The other myth is that somehow the classes that are being taken don't transfer to four-year institutions. Here's the interesting thing. you can pay less than a third of the cost for 60 credits at a community college that are transferable to a four-year institution. So when you transfer those 60 units to a four-year institution, you just cut your cost by almost 75%.
Okay, say that one more time, because that's too good. That's too good. You got to repeat that one.
Well, I'm just saying that the $46 a unit versus $360 a unit when you go to a four-year institution. Why would I not do my 60 credits at a community college at $46 a unit? And now you literally, as a first-generation student, you can go to community colleges for free.
That's right.
Right? There's financial aid, which I call gift aid. There's all types of promise grants. You won't even have to pay out of your pocket. You know, there are ancillary fees here and there, but for the most part, you don't have to pay out of your pocket for 2 years of 60 units that you would have to pay close to $360 or more dollars, depending on which school you went to, at a four-year institution. So why would I not go to a two-year institution? Same quality of education, same courses. You have an articulation agreement, the school does, with the other school that you want to transfer to.
Right.
Why would I not take 60 units at a two-year institution? There's a difference. And that difference is the value that a community college brings. And that's what the California community colleges have. Not everybody's going to leave high school and jump into a four-year institution.
No.
But you must go somewhere. You must go somewhere. So why not take the value that is really there? And so for all of our African-American families, we need to put the noise aside that keeps you distracted from being able to compete. Put them in a position to compete, right? Put them in a position where they can have the opportunity to build economic wealth, not just living wages, but put them in a position where they can earn thriving wages. And thriving wages comes from having something to trade, credentials, degrees, certificates. These are things that people hire you for and because of, and they give you the thriving wage that not only is it for you to take care of yourself in that moment, but now you're leaving money behind for the next generation.
Generational wealth.
Generational wealth. And you have to build it because you can get it fast on the street, but other things come fast on the street as well.
That's right.
Don't let community college be a myth anymore. Understand the importance of it in changing the lives, taking people from poverty into generational wealth.
It goes without saying, Dr. Culpepper, thank you for coming on the Educate, Elevate show.
Thank you.
We appreciate everything you do for this community. You are a diamond within our community.
Thank you
for
Danny.
everything that you do.
Appreciate that.
We are the painters of our world. We are creators. We decide what goes.